December was a powerful month for dividends in the SIPP. 3 dividend payments and 1 absolute heavyweight. And a reminder of why this account is the backbone of my long-term wealth strategy. Today, I'll break down every December SIPP dividend payment, how these companies are performing, and how the full year stacks up. Welcome to Destination Wealth. So let's start with the big picture. At the end of 2025, the SIPP was valued at £243,907, and that was spread across 19 companies. Not all of those pay dividends, but the majority do. Now, this is the portfolio that I can't touch till I'm 56. Not that I'll touch it then anyway, but that's when it's accessible. It's a SIPP, S-I-P-P, self-invested personal pension plan. And the reason I pay into this is I get 40% tax relief when I pay that in. So that's free money up front from the government for doing absolutely nothing. Here's a little infographic just explaining what the SIPP is and its benefits. And this is the account where the dividend snowball really gets supercharged. First up for dividend payments in the SIPP, same as one of the companies that paid me in the ISA, is Marshalls, ticker code MSLH. Now, Marshalls operates in hard landscaping, drainage, construction materials, that sort of thing, slabs, tiles. They do everything from paving slabs to major infrastructure projects. Over the last 12 months, the share price has been under a bit of pressure, largely due to a slowdown in construction and housing, really. It's a cyclical business. Marshalls still delivered solid long-term returns, and importantly, it has a progressive dividend policy, aiming to maintain and grow the payouts across the cycle when conditions allow. And Marshalls in December paid me a dividend of £48.60. Next up, we have B&M Retail, ticker code BME. Anyone in the UK knows who B&M are. They are a value retailer. Their stores are everywhere and they really thrive when consumers are value conscious. B&M's a cash generating machine, and that shows up in its dividend policy. Rather than chasing a fixed yield, management focuses on returning surplus cash, often through what are called special dividends. Now, special dividends are like an extra bonus dividend on top of the usual 2 that most UK companies pay a year. Most UK companies pay a dividend, which is called a final dividend, and an interim dividend. But some of them who generate lots of cash, like B&M, Greggs do it, and so do Games Workshop, companies like that. Shell often do it as well. They will pay an extra dividend, sometimes 2 extra dividends, called a special dividend, which is just fantastic. And again, that just gets reinvested back into that stock, buy me more. Over the last year, the share price has been pretty much sideways on B&M, reflecting margin pressure and cost inflation. B&M has been a pretty strong compounder, delivering chunky shareholder return. If you're enjoying these real transparent dividend breakdowns that I do and want to follow the journey properly and see more of these, please do subscribe to the channel down below. But please also do remember, this is not financial advice. It's just my own personal growth investing story. And now on to the heavyweight. Next up, we have the 3rd dividend that paid me in the SIPP in December, and that was, again, one we all know, Shell. Shell is one of the world's largest energy companies, spanning oil, gas, LNG, and increasingly more so the renewables. This is a core income anchor in the SIPP, and over the last 12 months, the share price has been influenced by energy prices and geopolitical factors, but dividends have remained extremely robust. Looking back 5 years, Shell has rebuilt its reputation as a shareholder return machine, committing to a reliable, growing dividend alongside aggressive share buybacks. This is exactly the kind of business I want compounding quietly in a pension. Shell paid me a lovely dividend in December, totaling £219.10. When we combine all these 3 payments together, we can see that the total in the SIPP for December was £377.04. That's the power of scale. Fewer companies, but much larger cash flow. Now we're going to have a look at my little tracker and see how we did for the full year, because this is where the SIPP really shines. Total dividends in 2024 were £4,913.74. A fantastic amount. Total dividends for 2025 for the 12 months, £5,825.08. That's an amazing increase of £911.34, which works out roughly 18.5% growth year on year. Nearly £1,000 in passive dividend income without adding any stress, leverage or complexity. Dividends coming in from the companies I already own that just get reinvested straight back into those, buying me more shares and compounding that dividend snowball year after year. So the bigger picture, this is why I love the SIPP. Long time horizon, tax advantages and high quality dividend payers doing the work in the background for me. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check out my December ISA dividend review to see which companies paid me in that and whether that was up on last year for the full calendar year as well. And if you'd like to follow the full journey, ISA, SIPP, crypto and everything in between, subscribe to the channel and click the next video on the screen.